It's time for the DQ Pigskin Report. A weekly football show with the head coaches at Danville, Boyle, Mercer, Garrett, and Lincoln counties. The Center College head coach, plus an update from the UK football coach. The Pigskin Report. Brought to you by DQ Happy Tastes Good. Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. State Farm Insurance, here to help life go right. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky. Jobmaster Rental, let them help master your job. CC Auto Parts and Service, an Auto Value Certified Service Center. Now, with the DQ Pigskin Report, here are your hosts, Rick Schobel and Joe Mathis.
Good evening from the Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill. We are here. We got TNT here. We got Jack. We got Padre. Who else we got? We had some more friends.
Jerry and
Betty Foster are here. We saw earlier.
Joanne
Martin was here.
Yeah.
We just had a who's who out here tonight.
Yeah.
And speaking of who's who, if you are a senior, I think it's 55 and older, the month of November, everything is half price, excluding sale items like the $7 meal deal, the $4 breakfast, and I don't think the 2 for $5, but even ice cream is half price. The month of November, you can save. And Barbara Montgomery saying thank you very much for your patronage over the years, and this is what for her to give back.
And Padre didn't know that. He didn't realize you could have saved 50% today. So I said, well, you'll be here every Monday through November, so you have to remember that for next time.
I wonder if they give him a rebate.
I really don't. I don't know if he's that worried about it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was just letting Padre is going to take advantage of it here in the coming weeks. Jack also has my debit card.
Uh-oh.
What did you just order? Banana split is what he got for my debit card. Rick, you should have placed an order. He had free reign over my debit card.
Oh, now you tell me. After you get it back in
There's
your
no
hand.
telling what he would have brought back.
Jack could have ordered all of his stuff back.
Yeah, he
here.
could have. Yeah.
Well, that'd have been nice of you. Well, we went 4-3.
We've had worse weeks. We've had better weeks.
Yep.
But the one team that we didn't expect to win, UK, ended up winning. So.
And Center College loses again.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get it started. And speaking of UK, the UK defense had 12 tackles for loss and 7 sacks. Coach Stoops, how gratifying was your 10-3 win at Auburn?
Proud of our team, as I mentioned, post-game Saturday. Very good victory for us. Not an easy place to go play. I know, with them last week and playing Florida this week, people look at the records and think they are not very good football teams. They are. They've recruited well for a long time. Hugh's done a really good job, and it's a good win for us. I thought it was two teams that played extremely hard, that were doing anything we could to get a victory, and proud of our players for pulling that out. The same thing, playing this week, playing Florida. I know Billy's not there, but Billy's assembled a very good football team, very talented, very physical, good team, and it'll be another great challenge for us and another opportunity. It's each and every week. You could sit here and, during the SEC schedule, and it's brutal. One game after another. Very good teams, very physical, very talented. For us, it's about continuing to build on the good things we've done. I know we've fallen short at times, and there's been other times when we've played very good in spurts. I thought it was very good this past week to play good on offense, defense, and special teams, put it all together and get a hard-fought victory on the road at night in the SEC. It's never easy. I was completely impressed with their environment, during a tough year, and absolutely packed and as loud as just about any of the places we play. Just an amazing environment during a difficult season. So credit to them. What a great atmosphere, and again, a very hard-fought victory for our team, and proud of them and proud of our coaches. So small victories for us. We've been getting better, doing some good things, and hopefully we'll build on that. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for improvement again this week, and a steady week of preparation, and get prepared for another great game.
Mark, have you noticed any differences in the play of Florida with their interim head coach?
just slight. Nothing drastic. Nothing I care to talk about right now that were obvious to us, but I know they played very hard. They played very good, had every opportunity to beat Georgia in a hard-fought game.
Coach, how was the plane ride home this time?
It was a lot of fun. It was good for the players. It was just fun for them to celebrate. They've worked hard, and it means a lot to them. Sometimes you go through, that stretch and a long time in between victories. It was really good for them. They deserved it. As I mentioned, they've worked really hard, and it was fun to celebrate, and, it was some relief.
Mark, with Nasir back at corner, it looked like he played a pretty good game. How'd you see it?
Definitely. Very, very pleased with Nasir. They had some weapons out there as well. And just like you saw all year, some of those hitches and some plays, he came up, really broke on the football, made good tackles, and limited them to the gains that they were, 5-6 yards, and, we line up and play the next play.
There you go. It's UK head football coach Mark Stoops. Big win for the Cats.
Yeah, big win. They needed it bad.
3-5, 4 games left, 2 of them at home. Florida this week, Tennessee Tech the week after that. Then they're on the road at Vanderbilt. They end the season at Louisville. They got to win 3 of the 4 to be bowl eligible.
Yep.
Now, Tennessee Tech's good, but you expect them to be able to beat Tennessee Tech.
Yep.
So that's 1. So can they get 2 wins out of either Florida this week, Louisville, or Vanderbilt?
Vandy's going to be probably the toughest of the 3.
Vandy will be tough.
Then
Kentucky
Louisville
always seems to play Louisville really well. I would think, though, you're right. Florida would be the most winnable game after Tennessee Tech. But you still got to win one more after that, too, just to get to 6, which makes the Texas loss sting even more.
Yep.
Because you had a chance to beat Texas, you had a chance to beat Ole Miss, but especially Texas, and then it looks at least more conceivable to get to 6 wins if you beat Texas.
Horrible play calling.
Yeah. Well, step aside, come back. Center College head football coach Andy Fry and Danville head coach Steve Stonebreaker join the show. We're live here at the Harrodsburg Dairy Queen with Tim and Teresa and Super Dave, who's got a blizzard. What blizzard did you get, Super Dave? Cheesecake? Cheesecake blizzard. Jack's got a banana split.
Ooh.
Padres got a salad. We are live at the Harrodsburg Dairy Queen right here on 99.5 FM WHBN, 103.9 FM WHIR, and HometownLive.net.
Intercounty Energy wants you to put safety first when you're working outside. Always look up to see if there are overhead power lines, and be sure to stay clear of them. For safety's sake, always hire a professional to trim trees instead of doing it yourself. Remember, a tree limb cut in the wrong place could fall on a power line and cause you a world of hurt. If you do decide to do the work yourself, always protect your eyes and hands by wearing safety glasses and gloves. Intercounty Energy cares about your safety. Look up, be alert, and stay safe.
Great! See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrodsburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch.
CC Auto Parts and Service is the difference. We get it. No appointment necessary. Fast, friendly auto service every time. We'll have you in and out, hassle-free. Brakes, engines, and service of every kind. With free pickup and free delivery. CC Auto Parts and Service is the difference. We get it.
Hear every play.
Ball's knocked loose, picked up by Kentucky.
I'm excited about this team.
Hear every hit.
All out blitz. Boom!
It's an exciting time.
Hear every touchdown.
He's throwing deep. He got it. Touchdown! 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 Kentucky!
Kentucky football.
We're ready to go.
On the UK Sports Network.
C105, your home for the Cats and the hits, is WRNZ FM C105. Go Cats!
And now, back to the DQ Pigskin Report.
We are live at the Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill. And remember, seniors, 55 and older, half price on everything, excluding the sale items. The $7 meal deal, I don't think the $4 breakfast or the 2 for $5s count. But even ice cream, half price, all you want to eat all month long, November, courtesy of Barbara Montgomery. And courtesy of Coach Fry's lips, another disappointing conference loss, this time to Berry 31-13.
Quite honestly, it's a lot closer than the score, but that's probably been that way on 4 of the 5 losses that we've had. I'm sure people don't care, but, I mean, the 5 losses, they are, at this point, all those teams are 35-5, so each team's only had 1 loss. So it's we've been playing some really good football teams, and Berry was one of them. I mean, I think when we had a chance to go ahead when we were on the 12-yard line through an interception, Jack played a really good football game, but he had 2 mistakes, 2 interceptions, and 2 of them changed the score. And so that happens. I mean, I've always said we're so close yet so far away. We are close. The frustration, and I've always said this, if you're frustrated, that means you care. And our kids are frustrated, but they've had a great attitude. They're still playing hard. They're still practicing hard. And I'm looking forward to this next week when we go play Swanee.
You've still got some games left to make some noise, so just have to play them one at a time.
Yeah, I mean, we played the 3 best teams in our conference. I would have thought we were one of them, and I still think we are. A lot of teams that have played these Trinity and the Berry and the Maryville, we all had our chance to go ahead. 3rd to 4th quarter, and we just couldn't finish it. And that's hats off to the other teams. I'm not going to take away their ability to stop us when they had to, and us being able to. But I was pleased after the Berry game. I thought our defense played really well, and Jack Goman played as well as he had. I mean, Blake Bisson had almost 200 yards of receiving yards. I mean, that's pretty doggone good. He had time. He finally had time to throw the football, and when he has time, he can throw it. It happens.
How about the healthy team? Did everybody come out pretty healthy after the game?
Yeah, I think we're healthy. I mean, we got a couple pulls. You know, one of our safeties has a pull. I hope we can get him back, but we may not. We may have to get him ready for his last game. He's a senior, so that matters. Yeah, I think for this late a season, we're about where you should be. We got a couple nicks and knacks, and we got a couple guys that may have to sit out, but that's part of the game.
Tell us about Swanee's offense.
Well, I think offensively, they're trying to find their niche. I think they got a quarterback. They've been playing a couple of different quarterbacks. And I think because of that, I think, they're trying to find out their identity. Now, they're going to slow the game down. That's one thing I noticed when they play a good football team, and I think they'll look at us the same way. They're going to slow the game down, just try to keep their defense off the field and try to shorten the game so that it can stay close. And then you hope that you can win. And that's what they've done to the teams that I think are very similar to us. Now, they beat Rhodes pretty well, but I think Rhodes is struggling right now, so that happens. I think they're going to be solidly coached. I think you're going to get some gadgets on offense. You know, I think they try to scheme you a little bit, and I don't blame them. They're trying to win too. But, they're 3-5 as well, so they played the good football teams like us, and so we'll see how good they are,
What do they like to do defensively?
I think they obviously know that they can't let Jack throw the football. I think we've got kids that may be able to get behind him, so I think they'll try to keep everything in front. I think they may heat it up, try to put pressure on him. But I'm looking forward to seeing our game plan and how we can attack where they're vulnerable. They've got some good football players. They don't have the same athletes that I look around and watch the speed of Berry and Trinity. They've got good speed, and we have speed. So I think that's where hopefully we can take advantage of them, is that we're faster, but that doesn't mean we're better just because you're faster.
How does Center come away with a win Saturday at Swanee?
Well, we got to finish our plays. We got to finish. Don't turn the ball over. I mean, we had 3 turnovers in this game against Berry, and that's how you lose. They had 1, so they won the turnover margin. Can't give up big plays. They gave up big plays, but we gave up big plays. I think that's probably where it'll come down to. Just fundamentally be sound, and I think if we do our things fundamentally, I think we can certainly come out ahead against them.
There's more, Tim.
That's Center College head football coach Andy Fry. Another disappointing loss for Center College, and chance at a conference championship, I think, is out the window.
Yeah, it is.
Now at this point. So staying in Danville, but jumping down to the high school ranks now. Let's talk with Danville Admiral head coach Steve Stonebreaker. Coach, it was a good tune-up for the playoffs as you crushed Caverna 54-8.
Yeah, just really good all-around effort. We got up 3 touchdowns on Caverna, and then I actually took out our senior offensive lineman. So we start one freshman and one junior on the offensive line, and the other 3 replacements for the seniors were all freshmen. So got those guys in and scored 3 touchdowns after they were all put in. So it's good to give those guys a lot of time even before it gets to a running clock. And, had Gavin Walker, who's a senior, scored our first touchdown of the night. That was his first varsity touchdown. And Mylan Peters, who's done a really good job for us both sides of the ball all season, made some huge catches for us at receiver, got to score his first touchdown there in the second quarter. So good all-around performance by so many of our guys.
Good passing game as well for Dylan, Coach. 9 for 12, 172 yards, and a pair of scores for Dylan Kruger.
Yeah, he was very efficient. Did a good job reading, did a good job getting the ball out on time like he needed to, and made some tough throws, and had some throws where the receivers helped him after the catch, and just did a really good job spotting the football.
Coach, still trying to figure out, I think, a little bit in the kicking game. You had a couple of missed extra points. Coach, how important is that to get that shored up before playoffs start?
Well, you get a 1-point game, it's really important, Joe. I'll tell you that right now. So, yeah, we're still continuing to work on that. So much of that, the decision to go with Sasha Friday night, that's made in pregame warm-ups. He just did a lot better in warm-ups than Ed did. And, so sometimes, you're making those decisions at the last minute just because somebody's, kicking the ball a whole lot better in warm-ups. And that's how close it is for us in that competition. So, we just got to continue to get better and continue to work because that can be extremely important.
Coach, you've got Greene County at home in the first playoff game of the season, a home playoff game for you. And this Greene County team offensively is no slouch, Coach. They've put up 50-plus in 3 different games. They put up nearly 50 in another game. This is a pretty good Greene County team, isn't it?
Yeah, junior-dominated team for the most part. Their quarterback's a junior, Deacon James. Darius Anderson, who's one of their better players, is a junior. He's their leading receiver and can run the ball for them as well. The quarterback, Deacon James, who I mentioned, he's also their leading rusher. So, they've got a lot of guys that can play. They've got some guys up front, man, that are really good. That I've been extremely impressed with. Andrew Houck, who's a senior, he's an extremely good offensive and defensive lineman, both sides of the football. Outside linebacker Messiah Shively. I'm telling you, that's a great name right there, Messiah Shively. He's a tremendous outside linebacker. So they've got a lot of good players, got a good mix of size and speed. They've won 7 ball games this year, so certainly going to have our work cut out for us.
Yeah, Danville and Greene County do have a history of playing playoff games. This is going to be the 12th all-time matchup. 4 of those have occurred in the playoffs. You mentioned Deacon James, their quarterback. He's about 90 passing yards away from 1,000 passing yards. He's 4 rushing yards away from 1,000 rushing yards. So, he does it all for them. What kind of offensive formations do they run?
They have him in the gun for the most part. They'll do a lot of things with him running the football, as I mentioned. A lot of design quarterback runs. They do have some read game that they'll do with the zone read and then that kind of stuff. But they throw it around a little bit too. And I mentioned Darius Anderson. He's one of their better athletes. He gets his hands on the football. He can be dangerous. So you certainly got to be aware of him.
Pretty good at forcing turnovers, too. 15 turnovers forced in 10 games for Greene County this year. 10 of those are interceptions, Coach. So what do you expect to see out of their defense?
Yeah, 4 of those 10 are Darius Anderson, so you get that name again. But, they hawk the ball really well. They do a good job. They play an odd front defense, and, they'll get out of it every now and then, but man, that's really what they like to do, and they coach it up well, and their kids really believe in it. They know where to be. They know what to do. They're very solid in it. So, we got to do a really good job getting those guys blocked up and make sure we're holding on to the football and making good decisions with it. That is so key, especially this time of year in the playoffs. It gets a little bit colder. You got to deal with some wind and making decisions on when to throw the football. Making sure you've got it double-skinned in traffic. Those things become even more important now.
Coach, Greene County, Danville, this Friday is an 8 o'clock kickoff for that game. What do you need to do to send the Greene County Dragons back home with a bottle of ski, Coach? What do you need to do right on Friday?
Yeah, we've got to do a really good job up front. We've got to control the line of scrimmage, both sides of the ball. If we can make them one-dimensional, that's going to play in our favor, but I tell you this, they're saying the same thing. So we've got to do a good job on our offensive line, being able to establish the line of scrimmage to be able to get easy yards in the run game and open up what we need to in the pass game. We got to take care of the football like we just talked about, and really got to do a good job tackling. We can't allow them to have a lot of yards after contact. We've got to do a good job tackling those guys and bringing them down.
There you go, Danville head coach Steve Stonebreaker. Coach, we appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you again next Monday, okay?
Sounds great, Joe. Let's go ahead.
There you go, Danville head coach Steve Stonebreaker.
Let me preface something with the seniors. It's on Mondays only. It's from 11 until they close.
Okay, 11 o'clock in the morning.
11 in the morning until they close, where seniors get half-price food except the sale items. Again, that's a $7 meal deal. Of course, you buy breakfast, so the $4 breakfast won't count, or the 2 for $5s. That doesn't count. But even ice cream is half price for seniors on Monday only from 11 till close at your Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill.
There you go.
Yeah.
Danville is 8-2. We'll step aside. We'll come back. Mercer County, tough year, tough playoff game coming up on Friday as well against Christian Academy of Louisville. We'll talk with Craig Yeast. We'll also talk with Lincoln County head football coach Levi Rogers, another 8-2 team is Lincoln County. All that's coming up next on the Harrodsburg of Dairy Queen Grill and Chill Pigskin Report right here on the Hometown Radio Network on 99.5 FM WHBN, 103.9 FM WHIR, at hometownlive.net.
Great. See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrodsburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch.
Most of us may have some weekend free time, so when you find yourself looking at a home project, come see us at Job Master Rental. We'll get you the right tool for any job. We can help you tackle home improvement projects to major construction and everything in between. Come see us at Job Master and take advantage of our weekend special. Pick up a piece of equipment on Friday after 3 p.m. and return it by 8 a.m. Monday morning and pay the one-day price. Come see us for all your rental needs. Visit us at jobmasterrental.com. We have 2 convenient locations in Danville and Lebanon. Let us help master your job.
Are you considering a new home purchase or maybe a remodel? Are you looking for a stable partner you can trust to help you understand your options? This is Jason Tyler. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Harrodsburg. As part of your community, I'm here to help you understand the best options for you today and in the future. Give me a call at 859-734-3316 and let me show you what Uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank is Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Keep your home cozy with Southern Heating and Cooling, as your comfort is their priority. And right now is the time to take advantage of their Maintenance Fall Special, a $99 value for only $75. System not working at all? Then take advantage of the Hometown Radio Listener Service Call discount for only $50, a $75 value. They offer veteran, first responder, and clergy discounts too. Locally, family, and veteran-owned, and easy to book online. Go to southernheatingcooling.com or call 859-324-2770.
And now, back to the DQ Pigskin Report.
You are getting it on 99.5 WHBN, 103.9 FM WHIR, and streaming live at hometownlive.net. We will continue on. Again, I'll let you know, seniors 55 and older on Mondays in November from 11 till close. Everything is half price other than the sale items. That includes ice cream. So take advantage of that. Barbara Montgomery says thank you. Mercer Coach Yeast, you gave John Harden a run for the money, coming up short 27-10.
We missed a couple tackles throughout the game. We dropped a few touchdown passes. But at the end of the day, you know, they had a really, really good running back and a very potent run game. And I thought we done a very good job, for the most part, of containing their running game. They did get loose a few times, and, you know, their running back did score some touchdowns we had some issues with a little bit of eye discipline where they was very good in the run game, and, we might have had our eyes in the backfield, and they hit a couple big plays on us. But at the end of the day, I really thought our players played hard. We just made more mistakes than they did throughout the course of the game. Like, for example, 3-point game, they're up 7-3 right before the half, and we kicked the ball, and we got a little bit of momentum. We had a good drive, but we kind of stalled ourselves a little bit. We went backwards instead of forward with some penalties and a couple bad plays, but we still kicked the field goal. Chase Lopez, I want to say he hit a 35-yard field goal, which is his first one of the year. It was a really good kick, a little bit of momentum. And then when we kicked off, we kicked the ball out of bounds in the air right at the 50-yard line with just under a minute to go in the half, which gave them the ball at midfield with a timeout, and they drove it down, and we had a couple penalties that helped them a little bit. Well, they scored again right before the half. And, just small little things like that we can prevent. We made those mistakes. They didn't, and that's the reason why they won the game. And kudos to them, but our kids played hard, and for me, that's always going to be positive.
And you were talking about that running back. He's got over 1,600 yards rushing. He was a load. Good player.
He was. I don't know how many yards he ended up with, but I felt like for the most part, we've done a pretty good job of controlling the run game.
Did you come out okay health-wise after the game? Did you lose anybody else?
We have one injury, but I believe it's not as serious as what it could have been, which is very positive. But I don't know for sure if we'll get that young man back for this game. We're hoping he gets to play in this last game. But other than that, I think we came out pretty good.
You got the pre-district, then you got the district, and now the third season is the playoffs, and this is what it's all about. Do you like where your team, from where you started to where you are now, do you feel like the kids have made some strides?
Yeah, we've made a lot of strides. We went into this year with a tough schedule, and we had some very serious and major injuries to some of our important players before the season started. So we're playing a lot of young guys that really didn't have any business being on the field this year, but they had to play. We've had our struggles, and we saw a lot of positive along the way. And I want to say that these last 3 games of the season, there have been a lot of positive with our young guys growing up a little bit more, playing extremely hard with some of our older guys that we already know, we've known for 3 or 4 years now, that are out there having the ability to make some of the plays that they're making. But the positive is we have played this year. Everybody on our roster has played varsity football and have had those valuable reps. And that gives us opportunity to go into off season and let Coach Brown, Coach Collins, Coach Sutton build our players up, get them in shape, and get them prepared. They're playing other sports when our season is over. We feel good about where we are. The record doesn't show all of the progress that we have made, but very pleased with a lot of our progress, especially with our young, inexperienced players that have been playing all year that have shown significant growth in games.
You got to go to Cal. They are a tough team, always are every year. They're 10-0. Their quarterback, Jackson Burke, he's thrown 180 passes, completed 142, 1 interception, 33 touchdown passes.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
They've got a running back, Tyree Stoner, number 22. He's got almost 500 yards rushing, but he's got 11 touchdowns. And the number 1 receiver, Jahide Brown, number 1, he's caught 77 passes, or 1,168 yards, and 20 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive also. They got some good players. They're coached extremely well. They know how to win because that's all they do there is win. So we're going to have our work cut out for us, but we're just going to have to go out there and play hard and give our absolute best effort. If we can give our absolute best effort, we're just going to see how it goes. And that's really all we can do is give our absolute best effort, and that's what we're looking for. All right, Rick, sounds good. I appreciate you, and go Titans.
Here you go, Mercer County head coach Craig East can go into Christian Academy of Louisville on Friday.
And, and our coaches don't like to make excuses, but he lost some skilled players. 2 starting wide receivers who also started in the backfield. That's really hurt their depth this year, and he's had to play some young kids. And they've had some games where they weren't in them, but it seems like, they played John Hardin pretty good. John Hardin's a Louisville school, so they played them pretty well.
Yeah, one team that is playing really well this year is Lincoln County, 8-2 to end the regular season. A home playoff game as well for the Patriots. And Coach Levi Rogers joins us. Coach, it looked like it would be a game of defense after a scoreless first quarter. Then the points came flying and giving you a 41-31 win over Garrett County.
Yeah, I mean, we played pretty well overall on offense. I felt like my offensive line was getting off the ball, blocking well. Tucker was making good decisions in the pass game, multiple guys catching the football. So pretty good for us offensively. The first half, we had a turnover inside of inside of the 5-yard line there. Drove it down the field and then had a turnover. And Gary did a good job of getting first downs and just eating up the clock there in the first half. But in the second half, we was able to get in a little better rhythm there.
Coach, Tucker Foster did it for you again, 112 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. You ran the ball for 242 and 4 touchdowns. Damon Spiegel looking as healthy as he has this year, looking good. Cash Smith ran one in. Tell us about your running game on Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, we were doing well. Offensive line was getting off the ball, getting where they needed to go, and backs were running hard. Tucker did well. Damon ran well, and then Cash, we're trying to ease him back in there. He's been fighting that hamstring all year long. He came in and ran the ball well for us, which is awesome because Cash is just another gear and a really good player for us that's just kind of been hurt. So hopefully he can stay healthy and be a part of this playoff run for us.
Obviously, we talked about the storyline, you versus Spencer being first cousins. Have you talked to him since the game, and how was the post-game handshake and all of that?
Yeah, I talked to him after the game. I mean, same thing it always is. Just glad, both teams stayed healthy in there. We knew that playoffs are coming up, that kind of thing. I mean, I got a ton of respect for, obviously my cousin, but all those guys over there. I was on staff for a long time with a lot of people on his staff. So,
yeah,
ton of respect from both sides there. I mean, no ill words or anything like that.
Coach, 8-2, but work to be done, and I know you feel the same way as the playoffs start off with Perry County Central coming in to Stanford on Friday night. Coach, tell us what you know about this Perry County Central. We'll start off with the offense.
Yeah, they're solid on offense. They're really big up front, got a big, massive offensive line. A lot of those Eastern Kentucky teams do, but really big up front, and they do some different stuff. They'll spread you out and throw the ball around, and then they'll turn around and get in the wishbone and run it right at you. So you got a lot to cover as far as defense goes. You got to be ready to play inside the box. And like I said, the very next play, they may be 5 wide. So we got to know what we're doing and be able to match up with them.
It does seem like, oftentimes when you look at teams, there's a guy you want to key on, and maybe there are some guys you're looking at, but you look at the rushing attack, Coach, 17 touchdown runs from, it looks like 8 different players have scored rushing touchdowns this year. They handed off a ton to a lot of different weapons.
Yeah, they do. They get in that bone, and, they roll. There's 3 guys in the backfield in that type of formation, but they roll some different guys in and run some different stuff. They're playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores on offense. So, like you said, they kind of just roll them in there and go with the hot hand.
Defensively, Perry County Central defense, what do you expect to see out of a defense that's been hit hard oftentimes this year, giving up 50-plus in one game? They've given up 47 and 35 the last 2 games. What do you see out of this defense?
They base out of, they kind of run a 3-man front. It's kind of 3-4, and then they get in a little 3-3 stack, kind of the 3-safety system that a bunch of people went to more recently here. But they look sound on defense. Like I said, they got some big guys up front. They got a number 11, a senior. I think he's a Haddix linebacker that looks, he seems like he flies all over the field. He really stands out to me. So they fly to the football, and they got more than capable guys in the back end, so we got to make sure we're able to block them up front, make sure we're staying low because, they are some really big guys, and then you got to get 11 blocked because it seems like he's in on every tackle that they make.
Coach, just the second home playoff game for Lincoln County football since 2012. And, look, you all have got a fan base that you talk about supporting their Patriots. They love them. Tell us how fun it is to be able to reward the fans with a home playoff game, just how cool that is.
Yeah, it's awesome. It hadn't happened, too much around here. So it's going to be big time, and I expect it to be packed house. I've heard all weekend. Football's alive around here right now with the season we've had. So we're excited, and we appreciate the support from everybody, and hopefully we can fill the stadium up on Friday.
Hey, when people look at Lincoln County, Coach, like 8-2, the record's great. you are fun to watch. I mean, you're fun to keep track of. The points are flying. You've got some great athletes. Tucker Foster, people are getting to know Bryce Bob Floyd, the season he's had. You got a tandem of running backs. You all are a fun team to watch.
Yeah, we have some really good players over here, you know, and I give credit to those guys because they've always been talented football players, but then, you know, we came in here, they really went to work on getting bigger, stronger, faster, and you can see it now. You know, they played a lot of football. Some of them, this is their third year playing varsity football, you know, and you can see it. So really proud of those guys, but, you know, I told them as well, too. 8-2 is great. It's a great regular season for us, but, you know, winning in the playoffs is what's going to matter and what you remember. So that's what we're looking to do.
Yeah, 8-2, and the 2 losses this year to the number 1 and number 3 teams in the RPI in Class 4A. So you all have had a phenomenal year. And again, I know you're satisfied with where you are now, but not totally satisfied as you begin the playoffs. Coach, what's the keys to a victory Friday night against Perry County Central?
We got to get off the ball up front. Like I said, they got some really big guys, so we got to stay low. We got to get off the ball, and then we got to tackle on defense. They're going to run it right at us, so we got to match the physicality there. And then I'm looking at it right now, and it's looking like we may be playing in some rain, so taking care of the football is going to be crucial.
And that's head coach Rogers of Lincoln County. You're getting it from the Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill. We've got Garrett County, Boyle County still to go. And this is the DQ Pigskin Report. You are getting it live on 103.9 FM, WHIR, 99.5 FM, WHBN, and streaming at hometownlive.net.
What kind of tires do we keep at CC Auto? Cooper, Michelin, Nitto, Hankook, Firestone, Bridgestone, Toyo, General, Yokohama, and many more. We've just added the new line of Mastercraft tires, and we are also a Goodyear national account dealer. We keep lawn and garden tires in stock, as well as farm implement tubes and tires. We have a farm service truck to meet the needs of our farmers. Call us at CC Auto today, 734-9515.
CC Auto Parts and Service is the difference. We get it.
Fall is hunting season in Kentucky, and the good folks at your local electric cooperative encourage you to grab your gun and get in on the hunt. No, we're not talking about a 20-gauge shotgun. We're talking about a caulk gun. And the hunt is for energy-wasting cracks and openings on the outside of your home. For advice on where to start your hunt, contact the energy experts at your local electric co-op. They can help put energy savings in your sights. We're Kentucky's electric cooperatives, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? Our mission is to provide comprehensive banking products and services for our customers and to invest in the Kentucky communities where we live. Whitaker Bank is a reliable partner, guiding you towards solid decisions for today's evolving environment and for the challenges you may face tomorrow. We are committed to building long-term relationships with our customers and the communities we serve. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Most of us may have some weekend free time, so when you find yourself looking at a home project, come see us at Job Master Rental. We'll get you the right tool for any job. We can help you tackle home improvement projects to major construction and everything in between. Come see us at Job Master and take advantage of our weekend special. Pick up a piece of equipment on Friday after 3 p.m. and return it by 8 a.m. Monday morning and pay the one-day price. Come see us for all your rental needs. Visit us at jobmasterrental.com. We have 2 convenient locations in Danville and Lebanon. Let us help master your job.
Saturday night. Ready, go, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Some rowdy reptiles are coming to town, and the Cats are looking for some new luggage.
In the backfield, and he is sacked.
Florida Gators and your Kentucky Wildcats.
Touchdown!
The pregame show starts this Saturday evening at 5:30 with kickoff at 7:30.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats and the hits is WRNZ FM Z105.
And now, back to the DQ Pigskin Report.
Joe Mattis alongside Radio Rick. We are live here from the Harrodsburg.
I'm not beside you. I'm
Dairy
across
Queen.
from you.
Yeah, close enough. I'm looking to make sure that Super Dave has just showed me a message that the Atlanta Braves have named Walt Weiss as their new manager, which
really?
I thought that's who it was going to be. He was the bench coach for Snitker, so he was already in the system. So Super Dave is the one that broke that news to me. Just happened just now. Walt Weiss named the manager of the Atlanta Braves.
Never been a manager before, I don't
He's
think.
not. No, played for the Braves, played for the Rockies. He was a shortstop for the Braves, all-star for the Braves.
Oakland.
Played for the Oakland A's as well. Yeah, so we'll see how Walt Weiss does. Garrett County head coach Spencer Crutchfield. Coach, it was a slow first half that gave way to a raucous second half in that 41-31 loss to Lincoln County.
Yeah, like you said, it started out a little grind. We both turned the ball over there when we started drives, and kind of defenses played very well the first half, and you got to give Lincoln a lot of credit. They found a way to move the ball on us and kind of slow us down offensively as well. So you got to give them a lot of credit.
Coach, we've talked before about R.J. Blair, and when you consider some of the better athletes in the area, I mean, like people, I think when they think athletes, they think speed. Right, strength. He's a guy who can run. He's strong. He can catch. He kicked a field goal for you as well, Coach, I think for the first time this season. Obviously, he's your kicker, extra points. I mean, this is a guy who does it all for you.
Yeah, RJ's, like you said, he is a great, well-rounded athlete. He may not be the most explosive guy, but he does everything very well. Like you said, he's a very well-rounded young man. He catches the ball, can run the ball, kicks the ball extremely well. So, he's our, gadget guy.
Coach, you do get the home playoff game. You finish the season heading into the playoffs, number 2 seed in your district, and you get to host DeSales. This is obviously just the way the sister districts match up. You get a really tough district, District 3 in Class 3A. Let's talk about this DeSales team, Coach. Offensively, what do you expect to see out of the DeSales offense?
They do a really good job of getting their athletes the ball. They have a really good wide receiver, number 1, and the quarterback makes them go. He's a very athletic kid, able to extend plays, and they have a few guys who can move, and they're solid up front. And so the coach does a really good job of kind of disguising how he's going to get the ball to his athletes, and they just really stress you because they're able to push you vertically and throw the football.
Defensively, Coach DeSales, what do you expect to see out of them?
They're going to base out of a 4-4 or a 6-2 look against us. They're pretty aggressive. They want to try to take the run game away from you and try to make you beat them over top, and which is a really good game plan against us. So they definitely will be very well coached. They're very aggressive, and they fly to the football.
Do you feel like you need to do something different than offensively speaking? I know you're not going to change much up. It's the playoffs, and you've got a home playoff game, right? So you've done enough to get the number 2 seed, but against a team that knows they want to stop the run, you all love to run the ball. How do you handle that?
Well, I think that's our we're going to try to run the football, but can we match? Can we be the most physical team? Can we knock them off the football? And that's the great thing about matchups is you never really know until you line up on Friday night. So we'll go on with our normal game plan, and hopefully our guys are better than their guys.
Coach, I think we're out of school today. Did you change the practice schedule at all for the guys today?
Yeah, we practiced this morning. Try to give them the afternoon off, get their legs back underneath of them, and then we'll go back to normal. We're out of school again tomorrow, so we'll go back to normal practice time tomorrow and kind of treat it like a normal week after that.
Coach, you do, again, get the home playoff game. How cool is it to be able to host that home playoff game against DeSales on Friday? Brand new field, right? Christen that with a home playoff game.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can have a home playoff game and you're putting yourself in a position to be the number 2 seed, you feel like you've done some things well, at least throughout the season. So excited for our guys, especially our senior guys, to have another opportunity to play at home and, hopefully go out with a win.
There you go. That's Garrett County head football coach Spencer Crutchfield. Coach, we appreciate you being on. What's the keys to a win on Friday night against DeSales to move to the second round of the playoffs?
Well, I think, we kind of already talked about that. It's just, we got to be the most physical team. They're going to try to take away the run from us offensively, and we got to be able to move them off the football up front and make sure that we're just not giving up big plays defensively.
There you go, Spencer Crutchfield. Coach, we appreciate you being on. I did misspeak. You all did have a home playoff game last year and the year before. I remember actually saying that during the Zaxby show on Friday, that this is the first time Garrett County's hosted a home playoff game in 3 consecutive years since 94, 95, and 96, Coach.
It's a big thing for our guys, and like you said,
whenever you're able to host playoff games, you've at least done something right in the district. So, hopefully we can continue that.
Coach Critchfield from Garrett County. Let's slide over to another close county, Joe, Boyle County. Coach Haddix, what a battle between you and Frederick Douglass, giving you a 20-13 win.
Yeah, it's a good win. Anytime you're playing them, they're very well coached, and they've got a lot of great athletes and good players that they have over there. Anytime you get a win over them, it's a big one.
Thought the defense played very well. It seemed like Jet was, I don't know if it was the cold. He normally is a little more on target. He was kind of overthrowing people. Do you think the cold had a little bit to do with that, trying to grip the ball?
I'm not making excuses for any of them. We did not play very well on offense. We left some touchdowns out there, and when you're playing good teams, it's hard to win when you do that. But our defense is really playing well right now, and defense has always got to be the constant. I talked to them about that a lot. Offense is going to have a up or down, or maybe a weather, maybe something kind of going on, but the defense has always got to be a constant.
The last touchdown you scored, you decided to go for 2 points. Now, was that your decision? Was that offensive coordinator who decided to go for 2 instead of going for the kick and the extra point?
Well, it's my decision, obviously, when you go there. The thinking was we're playing pretty good on defense. We feel like we could get there, make it a 2-possession game. If it works, it's a great call. If it doesn't, what are you thinking? So that's why I'm the head coach and do that. Those are some things that if it doesn't work, you can always look back and question it. So it didn't work, and we had faith in our defense was going to make a stop.
When the player got hurt for Frederick Douglass, I don't know if you could see. Okay, we were sitting outside the press box because they said there was no room. So we were in the middle. At least we were in the middle field, could see stuff. He was out of bounds. He crawled back into the playing field because they had no timeouts left. I don't know if you knew that, but he crawled back in there, so they had to call timeout. They helped him up. He got to the sideline. One guy let him go, and he walked back to the sideline, and then he came back in the last play of the game. This miraculous healing he had, it was interesting. But during that time, Coach, we saw you were really upset about something, talking to the officials. What was that all about over there on the sideline there?
I don't know. I can't look back. I was probably upset at a lot of things. But
yeah.
We won on one play. They had 10 people out there. Then all of a sudden, they got an extra time out of it, and they said, well, the clock kicked off and clicked back on. I didn't see the clock kick back on. Somehow they got an extra time out of that. So you can't question any of that. It is what it is. Nobody's feeling sorry for the Rebels, I can promise you that. Our video guy had a great rule on the fumble that they fumbled on the kick return that Peyton Leffey recovered. They said it wasn't a fumble. We released a highlight video, and he slow-moed it where it happened, and it was easy, plain to see. But you're going to miss things like that, and we just got to go play football. That's all we can control out there in the moment. What you got to do, there's hand the ball to the official. When you're down, hand the ball to the official. They can't ever call it a fumble. Play the game as best we can do between the white lines, and that's all we can do.
One of your players' dad caught something, Josh Bertram, on Dakari Talbert. You probably picked this up. You guys are pretty sharp watching game films. But he noticed every time he was going to run the ball, he stood straight up. When there was a pass play, he put his hands on his knees. And doggone if he wasn't right, then that happened every time.
We had some things that we had looked in the film in previous things, and we knew that, but it's one of those things also, how are you going to get that to the players on the field, and then you don't want them losing sight of what you practiced all week, of eyes on your keys, because, yeah, you may know it's a run, but you don't know where it's going. It could be the same side run, could be the other side run, and you start focusing on things that you're not supposed to, you get there. But we do, as coaches, that helps us make calls from that, but, we use that some, but we had that on a preset thing of this is what they do.
Everybody come out health-wise okay afterwards?
Yeah, we've, obviously nobody's healthy right now.
Yeah.
As far as what they're doing, everybody's just toughing through it, and it's a long season. Hopefully we get 5 more weeks.
Any chance of getting Ashton Drakeford back?
Possibly, not this week. Possibly,
okay.
Maybe the second, third. If we continue to win, second or third week, we may get somebody back. So we just got to continue to keep grinding away and get ready to go.
The third season, I call it. You got the pre-district, the district, and now you got the playoffs. So everybody's 0-0. You can't go by records. You got Whitley County coming in 1-9, but you can't look at that. We're looking at the stats for the quarterback: 22 out of 53, 5 interceptions, 1 touchdown. That's doesn't look like a strength for them. They got a really good running back, number 21, Shane Parker. He's run for 1,070 yards and 9 touchdowns, so he's a key for them.
Yeah, Coach Buckner was coaching with us last year. He went back there. It's where his wife works, and they didn't move, so he went back there. So he's coaching at Whitley. They got a really good running back, Shane D. Parker. They've had some injuries at quarterback. I think they're on their third or fourth quarterback. So that makes it tough of what they do. They're a wing tee, mostly run. They do throw it some, but we've got to be ready to stop the run and be physical.
At this point, why not throw the kitchen sink at you all? I mean, obviously you're favored to win. Oh, by the way, your RPI rating, you're number 1 in Class 4A now after that big win being a 6A team. So what does that do, Coach, as far as RPI? What does that do? Does that help you a home field advantage or what?
Yeah, that if you're 1 or 2, you're not going to have to go away. If you're 1 or 2, you're at home. If you continue to win all the way throughout the playoffs, which is where we want to be. You want to be that. You don't want to have to be getting on a bus and doing any of that. But I don't care who we play, however we play. We've got to play our games. As far as matchups, who you could possibly play, well, you got to win to do all that. Yep. And the what ifs, we've experienced that before. So we just got to do our thing and continue to be ready every week. Grow where we're at right now. Stay where our feet are. This is the first round. We got to take care of business there. We're not looking ahead. And Whitley County's next up.
Keys to a Boyle victory over Whitley County Thursday night.
We got to stop the run. That's a big one. Got to stop the run. Make them one-dimensional. Make them throw it. Offensively, we cannot leave. Can't miss easy things. Got to take care of the football, and then special teams win the field position battle. Hey, thank you. Go Rebels.
Yeah, Thursday night, Boyle County.
Yeah, Thursday night. It is a 7 o'clock kickoff.
7 o'clock kickoff.
So it's not 7:30. Used to Friday 7:30. It's pushed up 24 and a half hours. 7 o'clock will be the kickoff, and we'll have that game Thursday night.
Did you notice the matchups? If Danville wins, who they end up with playing?
Yeah,
most
play
likely Somerset.
Yeah. Oops. I mean, they'll definitely play Somerset.
Yeah.
Somerset's not losing first round. Green County is. I expect Danville to be able to win, but Green County is a formidable opponent at least in that first round of the playoffs. That game, though, Friday. Thursday night, Whitley County is at Boyle County. Our coverage begins around 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock on Z105, WRNZ-FM. Friday night, Greene County at Danville. Coverage begins after 7:30. That is an 8 o'clock kickoff on Friday night. So we got one game Thursday at 7, got another game Friday at 8 o'clock. That's because Greene County is a Central Time team, so we can give them time to, I guess, get here and get over their jet lag or something like that. I'm not real sure, but 8 o'clock is the kickoff Friday. Mercer County at Christian Academy of Louisville. Coverage begins after 7 o'clock. That's a 7:30 kickoff, 99.5 FM WHBN. Garrett County will host DeSales. That game will be live on Z105 this Friday because Boyle County's playing on Thursday.
Yep.
Coverage begins after 7 o'clock, kickoff at 7:30, Z105, hometownlive.net. And then Perry County Central is at Lincoln County. Coverage begins at 7:30 for that home playoff game for Lincoln County. Saturday, 2 college football games. Center College is at
Sewanee.
There you go. It's Sewanee. 1 o'clock in the
Tennessee,
afternoon Saturday down in Tennessee. And then Florida is at UK. Cats are looking to maybe scrape across a 4th win, give themselves a chance to win 6 and get to a bowl game. Big one on Saturday. 5:30 is the pregame. 7:30 is the kickoff on Z105. Again, Thursday night, Whitley County, Boyle County, 7 o'clock kickoff.
Right.
Friday, Greene County, Danville, Mercer County, Cal, DeSales, Garrett County on the Hometown Radio Network stations. Then Perry County Central's at Lincoln County. Saturday, Center College at Sewanee. And Florida is at UK. That's what we got this weekend, Rick.
Well, that's a big lineup. Again, the 3rd season is starting. Everybody's 0-0, but you're 1 and done.
Yes.
That's the difference now.
Yeah, got to play your best football now. No mistakes, no game. Well, we always got next week if you don't play well.
Somebody. You know, maybe Cal will kind of look over Mercer a little bit and look down the road.
There you go.
Well, that's it. All right, thank you for listening. It's been another live sports presentation of the Hometown Radio Network. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Jack and Padre and Betty Foster and Jerry Foster and Super Dave.
Team and
Tia
Teresa.
T. We're here. All right, we'll be back here again next Monday night. Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill. Get out and support your favorite
This
team.
has been the DQ Pigskin Report, brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agents, Intercounty Energy, CC Auto Parts and Service, Whitaker Bank, Jobmaster Rental, and by DQ of Harrodsburg. Join us every Monday evening at 6 during football season for the Pigskin Report on the Hometown Radio Network and hometownlive.net. Miss any part of the show? Listen to the video replay on hometownlive.net.
This is WHBN Harrodsburg, The Rooster, broadcasting on AM 1420 and now FM 99.5. Now, the news.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Jim Roop. President Trump looking to engage with voters in Virginia and New Jersey tonight. He's holding tele-rallies ahead of tomorrow's key elections. Voters in both states looking to elect new governors. The Trump administration, meantime, planning to use contingency funds to partially pay SNAP benefits as the federal government shutdown continues. In a